Good afternoon. Thank you for arranging and organizing this event and for having me. I will start with a real joke while I'm presenting my paper in English. A real joke happened in 1990s. A friend of mine, a senior member of the Kurdistan Communist Party, told me it's a real one. They arranged a seminar in Shetland. And it was about Marxism, probably materialistic dialectic, something about this very fashioned, relevant to that time. And many people were invited, came from different cities to Shatlara in the headquarters of Communist Party there. And the guy started talking in Kurdish. After 2 minutes, he changed it to Arabic, said, oh, sorry, because my education was in Arabic, I cannot, my Kurdish is not that much rich to continue in Kurdish. I will, and I have done my education in Baghdad, I have to present in Arabic. Then I said, okay, we came all the way, go ahead. In Arabic, after 2-3 minutes, he said, well, that particular information about Marxism, I have studied in Russia. And they said, for the sake of God, we came all the way, just present something even in Russia. No one knew Russian there. So, the Tuanaba Kurdic subcam, but this particular study, I can speak Kurdish, but this research we have conducted in English, and excuse me that I will present it in
just for the sake of audience, especially for the non-Kurdish, when you say the ninth cabinet,
which is about the KRG,
yes,
the current one.
This is the ninth.
Yes. So I will explain it. So this research we have conducted with my co-author and my former student Walad Muhsin was about media and the policy making. I am, by the way, Muslih Irwani, as you presented, associate professor of social and public policy at the American University of Iraq-Baghdad. I am social policy analyst, but my co-author is more into the media analysis. But we have tried we heard a lot of things about media and politics and public interest. Our research is located within those three dimensions. How media, or what role media can play in the formulation and the implementation of the policy. Particularly, we are referring to the social or public, what we call policy making, or public policy in the KRG. So, just to give a little bit of background, any political system, in any political system, media is not only the channel of just a channel for news that we only get information from, but rather is a mirror of the society. It's a mirror of the government as well. So government through media can convey many things to the people. And in the same time, media can play the role of, I hate to call it mediator, but rather it should be a channel of the influence to convey messages, demands, what we call public interests. Interests of the society into the politicians and influence the decisions made by government. Because governments have its own priorities, but sometimes media can play a role to divert that priority, intervene, through echoing the voice of the public, and in the same time, politicians or political structure or government sometimes use media as a form of the test to see, okay, I'm going to implement or make this decision and do something as a policy for the government. But they want to hear what's the reaction of the public. Media can play that role to pass that message to the public and see what would be the reaction of the public. So there have been a lot of research about media and democratization, media and election. But to link that to study the relation between, or the role of the media in the policy making, it's very rare. We haven't found much in the scholarly, I have to look at this as well, studies that have been conducted. Can we go back to the next, I will skip that. So I mean, just one back. So when we say that we have done this, I will talk about the research methodology and how we have conducted this research, what is the period, time limit, framework that we have selected to do our research, because this is a research. We have conducted interviews, we have done a lot of content analysis of the media contents, but we have focused on that period of the 9 cabinet. We know that because of the internal conflict, particularly between Erbil and Suleimania, now we are in front of a cabinet which already lasted for over 7 years. So these are our research questions. How and through what mechanisms does the media shape social policy across the 4 service sectors? The 4 service sectors we already mentioned, or I haven't mentioned, it's there. So we have, because in research you have to be very selective and select specific areas. Water security, transport and infrastructure, food and agriculture, and healthcare. These 4 sectors we have selected, and for the media side, we have selected 3 media outlets: Rudao, NRT, and Kurdistan 24. And I will explain why these and how this represents a sort of not only news agencies, but rather those purposefully intervene in the, or play a role in the shaping the public policy in the Kurdistan region. Yes, and of course this main research question has 4 specific questions, or we can break down the main question into 4. Through what mechanisms does media influence policy formulation and implementation? And what role does media play across the stages of the policy, starting from agenda setting, policy formation and policy making, implementation and evaluation? There are 4, some people say 4, some people even break it down to 5 stages of the policy making. Any decision being made by government should start from some agenda. Political parties have agendas, usually they present during the election campaign. I will do this, I will do that. Then this will be, of course, formulated in the form of some decisions, qanun, laws, instructions, and etc. that I will do this. And after that, there are government bodies, ministerial bodies to implement it. And of course, there should be evaluation. What comes next? Whether we have met the objective that we formulated that decision or that policy for or not. So theoretically, we have used those 3. I have to go 5 minutes. Okay, I will go a little bit faster to be able to. So policy, we have used it or employed several theoretical frameworks. Policy process, as I explained it, how media plays a role in each stage of these, what we call a policy cycle. And the second one, top-down, bottom-up, and hybrid approach, whether which media more works in the top, whether they adopt top-down or bottom-up approach. And we will, of course, if I just present the findings of our research, we have found, for example, NRT more works from the top-down approach, conveys what people says to the up, while Kurdistan 24 it's a it's a top down. Sorry, I confused. NRT is more bottom up. Kurdistan 24 is top down, but Rudaus plays a hybrid approach where voice of the people are listened, and in the same time it presents what government does, in fact, and try to do some advocation for the government while highlighting people's demands. Policy debate, policy debate works particularly in the formulation and decision, agenda setting and formulation, where governments want to put something for the debate between public to see what policy and how specific policy should be designed. I'm referring to the 4 sectors that I have mentioned about, whether it's transportation, whether it's about the water issues in the KRG, or it's about medical cases and etc. Rational choice theory is more about how government behave in the way that they do, or how media, in fact, plays the role in the way that they do. What are the rationale behind their action? Whether they more try to criticize the government or actually try to polish the government in the eyes of the public. So methodologically, as I said, we
1 minute.
1 minute. Quickly to the mid. Yes, we have done selected 12 conducted content analysis. Did content analysis for 12 TV programs, 4 per each news outlet, from Dark Kurdistan 24 NRT, and supplemented by 10 semi-structured interviews with 5 government officials in each relevant departments and government وزارة تايبات بوتوارا, and 5 people from the media experts, whether they have been part of, working with one of those 3, or some people even outside. Research findings very quick. So I presented this one. Can you go to the first key findings? Okay. Just bullet points. I can say that what we found here, or the central finding of this, is media plays 2 contrasting roles. On one hand, it was a genuine mobilization force. It rapidly conveyed citizens' grievances to officials, broke through bureaucratic routines, promoted real decisions on medicine, silos, water, and roads. But on the other hand, it often became part of the problem. Media becomes part of the problem, exploiting service failure to harvest views and likes, and fueling partisan and inter-regional despair and grievances rather than a real reform. And I will stop here.
Thank you.
I will be very glad to get some of your.